Summer is on the horizon and the sun is shining. So let's step outside for another yard and garden update. This is the latest one you seem to like. It's got like seeds and dried berries in it. With all the stress and work we're doing, one of our favorite ways to decompress is to buy more plants for the courtyard. This area isn't really critical like a kitchen, but it has been essential for morale. When we come home from our 87th trip to Lowe's, it is such a joy to come through this space. What about your mint and this?
I'm gonna put my mosses, continue to have them over here.
Okay.
And then maybe our mint over here.
All right. Colin's gonna help.
You guys have.
All our little plants are in now, the ones we got today.
So we're pretty close. It gives us 8 3/4 inches from the bottom here.
Okay.
So now it's 7 inches, so we might make it pretty close.
This is the trellis for the jasmine, and it's making its way. Got a few that we're training that way, so this will be jasmine. Now I'm questioning, is it jasmine or is it honeysuckle? Whatever it is, it's an absolute beast. I want to say that this one is the jasmine. A little bit of a slower grower. And then of course our clematis. Latest policy is every time a plant dies, we're replacing it with a hosta. So now we are up to 4 hostas. They seem to be more tolerant to the dog's attention, let's say. There is still plenty left to do here and more to show, but that will come later. When we left off in the front yard, we had just had the old shrubs removed, leaving only a couple of trees and about 1 million invasive Spanish bluebells. Most everything else here is on hold while we're waiting on wood chips, so we're making do with what we have.
Sun's coming.
Yep.
Ready?
Pretty dang close. That's better.
Better?
Yeah.
God, it's so pretty on this side.
I know. Do you want to try and rotate it?
Yeah.
Oh,
How about now? I mean, it leans regardless, so
yeah.
hopefully it'll just floof out.
Yeah. So we have these planters at the front of the house. There's one here and there's one at the far end. Finally taking a look at the mess inside. And yeah, it's a lot of blackberry. I already got a bunch of it out, but pretty sure that is a root. And then this big guy here under the label, yeah, that is a huge blackberry and a bunch of old weeds. But bright side, there's yucca in here. There's a dead trunk there, and I keep encountering all the little tubers, I think, that are part of the plant, the yucca, that have been lopped down at some point. There's a base of a trunk here and one here, and I think they were in the compost heap, the random pile of stuff in the back corner. So I bet you there was a huge yucca in here at some point. But I think we could maybe nurse these pups back to life. How stinking huge this yucca tuber is. Man, that's good eating size. And I threw a whole bunch down there. This thing's probably full of them. Got a few with life, so I'll probably replant these, but definitely still growing. Wild. Also, I have company. Hey, girl. Fern is gone. And we built up the end there of the bed, so it has a definite end now. Transplanted those blocks from the other side of the yard. Berrytown seems happy. One of them has a bloom. Still don't know if these are actual fruiting ones or just ornamental. I guess we'll find out. I transplanted that lavender from the front yard. And then we finished this end too, so it has a definite end. So this bed is ready to plant. Update on Berrytown. They all seem very happy. And I still don't know if they're, I don't think they're ornamental cherries. Judging by all the fruit trees we have here, I think it would be fair to assume that these are also something you can eat. I've been moving the dirt from here to the garden bed and the mulch from there to here. This is where I want the mushroom area to be. I also got some other starts from the store. I got a couple more strawberries, a watermelon, a blueberry, and this is a persimmon runner that came from our neighbors, gave us this from their persimmon tree. So I don't know what variety it is, but I don't even know if I like persimmons, but we have a little tree now.
It wants to go.
Yeah, it'll be happier. There's the newest resident of Berrytown. It's old grapevine. Don't know if it'll survive. Kind of the wrong time of year to transplant. Didn't get as much of the root as I would like, but we'll see. Appears to be alive, but I really need to get to building a trellis. Baby bloobs coming through. The latest resident to move into Berrytown. Perimeter of this bed is done. Cardboard down. We have one layer of dirt on that end. We're building it up on this end. In the garden, we got 2 free tomato plants from the farm store. I bought a jalapeno and cucumbers over there. So I'm still working on filling it with just dirt from around the property. Stairs, I'm still working on it. They're getting better though. You can't actually walk down them. Someone suggested these might be lilies, probably daylilies. I think you're probably right. Oh my goodness. I just got all the mulch out of his fur. And look at him. Buddy, how do you get so much mulch in your hair? We pulled this border from the courtyard, and the blocks have been stacked up here ever since. Might as well make another garden bed. Garden soil is expensive, and we have an excess of branches. So this one will be a hugelkultur bed. And this bed will be home to sun-loving perennials, like this artichoke. It just needs to be finished up with a decorative top, and I found that the patio pavers from the other side of the yard are a perfect fit. This is a little persimmon that the neighbors gave us. Still hanging in there. I also thought that this one was an ornamental cherry, but I have been proven wrong by it as well. So yeah, we have a gigantic cherry tree. I had bought this one because we wanted a cherry tree. So now we have two, but I think that one is an early season and this is a mid-season, so we should have a nice long cherry season. Also regarding the cherry tree, there's also a stump there and a stump there, which makes me wonder, was there a row of them at some point? That guy had to go. We're just going to eliminate this bed. I'll probably put some plants here, but the thing is, the camperdown elm takes up this much space, so we want to move the path that way, so you're not constantly hitting your head on that. So we're going to put the path right here. I'll find a place for Buddha, do not worry. Little free tomato plants we got from the farm store. They're not looking great, a little yellow, but they did bloom, and I think this one has a tomato on it. This guy is dropping so many fruit. So every day there's all these little unripe cherries that have fallen out. But also I planted some salad greens in here, so they're just starting to pop up. There's a little sprout there. There's some more over here. Hey there, fellas. And this is horseradish that I bought on sale from the hardware store. I don't know how long ago, but they seem happy. I saw a video that while the fruit was green, they hung fake cherries on their tree. So when the birds peck on them, they learn that the fruit isn't tasty. Well, we'll see about that. Update on this apple tree, I think it is. We went ahead and cut out that invasive rootstock. I say runaway rootstock. We'll probably have to battle it forever now, but this is the one we want. And it's got some little fruits on it. This one, I think when I showed it last time, it was blooming, and I just assumed it was a calorie pear or a Bradford pear, maybe an ornamental pear. And I found it's fruiting. Now I know those kind of ornamental pears also fruit, but they're usually round, and these are suspiciously pear-shaped. So it might be an eaten pear. Wintertime, we really want to take this pear down. We take out the central leader and leave it shorter and wider, because right now it is almost to the power lines. Still don't know what this one is, but it's got something happening. I don't know if those are flower buds or what, but maybe we'll have some more clues. You may remember this mystery tree in the middle of the backyard. Google says English walnut. Somebody has kept that nice and compact. You may remember that we had that little pine taken down that was in the power lines, and this oak trimmed, and that's what's left here. But the utility company came back, and now they actually want to take down the entire oak as well as our spruce tree. Kind of a bummer, but we'll plant something different here. It's not going to be as wonderfully massive as this. But I got an axe, and I've been practicing my wood chopping skills, so.
Woo! Yeah!
Most of it's too fresh to get any sort of progress. There's like this one I gave up on, just hacked on it forever. So it's got to age a little bit. And I think those are probably perfect size for burning. When we get the fireplaces clean this winter, we'll have firewood.
See how much money that's gonna save us.
And I'm trying to set aside some oak. This is some of the oak, but I'll have plenty of large rounds when they do that for some mushroom growing.
Let's fall in the house. I don't know how tall it is.
As promised, the utility company eventually did send a crew over to take down that massive oak in the back corner of the yard.
Oh, there goes. Whoa.
In order to give them space to replace a utility pole. One aims for scale. Leaving us with a heap of gigantic wood pieces. How we're managing that will be another video. FFS.